I'm Rebecca Brandt, and today we're going to make a tri-tip steak that is so tender you can about cut it with your fork. I'm going to teach you how to make the best marinade that I've used my whole life. This one will marinate your steaks, it will relax the meat, and it'll brine it all at the same time. And that's what we use marinades for. So the first thing I'm going to do is start with my liquids. I have 1/2 cup of soy sauce. Here is the 1/2 cup of Worcestershire sauce. Now, I always have leftover wine. I mean, a lot of households don't have any leftovers, but I save them for my dinner parties. So I'm gonna add 2 cups of leftover wine. And red wine vinegar is another meat relaxer. So if you don't carry wine in your household, no problem. Another cup of red wine. So then the next ingredient I'm gonna add is a tablespoon of garlic powder. So easy, big old tablespoon. Now a tablespoon of onion powder. The onion powder has a little sweetness to it. It smells good too, so. We're getting all the lumps out of the spices out of it. Now, tri-tip goes on sale at many different grocery stores for $1.99 a pound, about 3 or 4 times a year. And so that is the time to buy it. It doesn't come trimmed though. You're supposed to trim it to 1/8 an inch over your meat. And that becomes kind of like a self-basting. So here we go. We're gonna trim it here. Now, see, I messed up a little bit. Oh well, I've got to live with my mistake there. Okay, kind of try to do it gently so you don't take it all off. So the fat does flavor the meat. If you wanted it really lean, you took it all off, you could have it that way. But it just really keeps the moisture in and it crisps up the outside really well to have some of the fat. I like to tenderize the beef. This is really a papaya enzyme. Gosh, it's not, if you would think, oh, is that just salt? No, it's papaya enzyme, so I don't feel guilty about using it. So I put a lot of it on. You generously sprinkle it on. Now, I like these gizmos. These gizmos are a cook's friend if you do a lot of this. So look at that, it goes right in. Look at that. Look at how much, that only took me, what, 3 seconds? And I got that much of the meat done. Check it out this way though. When I was growing up, they hadn't invented these yet. So we would take forks and it was always a race to see who got to help Daddy out and do the tenderizing because you can get all your aggressions out by tenderizing it with a fork. So, but then my dad devised a system where you use 2 forks in each hand, and so it's almost like one of those gizmos, and you go like this. So what I do is I over tenderize it because I feel you just can't have it too tender. So all these little holes I'm poking, this is what that marinade is gonna go into and get all the way through the meat. So we flip it. There we go. So that is now gonna go into my marinade. It covers the beef. Okay, so we're good. Now this can sit from 1 hour to 24, and it's gonna be so tender and juicy. You know, we have the soy sauce and the Worcestershire sauce in this. Now that is a salt-based type of liquid, so that is going to brine our meat. We're gonna sear that meat. So you know what, I don't want that to get too messy because that hot temperature can get the beef to stick to it. It's harder to clean. Now I want this dry because all that water, I don't want that water boiling around the edge of it. I want it to crisp up. So I take it out. That looks good. Okay, fat side up. That way the grease will come and baste it for me. Into the oven for 20 minutes. Now, if I don't have the perfectly brown, crispy toast on the outside, I'll leave it in for another 10, but at that point I want to yank it out because I want to turn down the oven to 200 degrees to let it cook slowly, and that's another trick to really relax your meat for tenderness. Okay, the timer just went off and let's check it. It's been 20 minutes. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, hey, that's perfect. That really worked out. Look at that, look at the color. That is beautiful. So what we wanna do is sit it outside, and I have to bring the oven temperature down to 200. So that means I have to open this up and let the air get out and cool down. So that can go back into a cool oven at 200 to cook for the rest of the time. The tri-tip's been in the oven now at 200 degrees for 30 minutes per pound, and it's a 2-pound tri-tip. So that's 1 hour. So let's see if it turned out. Oh my gosh, it looks great. I see that the juices are coming out of it. That's beautiful. I want to save those too to serve because they're delicious. Okay, always cut your meat opposite of the grain. The grain on this piece is going like this. I can see it. It's like long threads running through the meat. So I'm going to cut it here. See what we got. There we go. That's beautiful. Look at the color. Here's our tri-tip. It turned out great. It's medium on the ends and medium rare in the center, just like I wanted it. Okay, now it's time for a bite. I like the very rarest part of it. It's cutting very easily. That's a good sign. Oh my gosh, that's a winner. That's about as tender as it comes. Oh, I'm so happy. This is awesome. I hope yours turns out just as good, and if you follow those directions, I'm sure it will. Thanks for joining us.